Bloomburrow. Is this set going to be a Lorcana wannabe set, or are we going back to the OG Magic style with sets such as Lorwyn? Let's get into it.
Bloomburrow is a set that takes place on the plane of Bloomburrow. Here there are no humanoids, there are no other creatures except for animals. So everything around the themes, the typals, everything will revolve around animals. And we've already seen a lot of these different types, and we're going to go into some of the draft types later on in the video. But for now, we are in a setting where the great night owl and some of the calamity beasts are sort of raging on this plane, and all these little creatures need to combine and unite to fight against these mad elementals and this very dangerous night owl. That's what we know so far on the set. But we have already seen the full lineup of all the products that are going to be in Bloomburrow, so let's check them out now. One of the typals we are going to hear a lot more about is going to be mice, and our main character for this set is a mother and reluctant hero, Mabel, heir of Crack Flame. And this little mouse seems to be a very powerful one and has a pretty interesting little dynamic with this equipment artifact token that she can create when she enters the battlefield. And by the way, for Bloomburrow, it's only going to be enters and no longer enters the battlefield.
In the Bloomburrow product line, we're going to see a lot of the usual suspects in Magic. We're of course going to see the new play boosters. We're also going to see collector boosters, and we're used to this. And they also come with assortments of commander decks. Besides this, we're going to see bundles and we're going to see pre-release packs, so get ready for drafting. But as something new that we haven't seen in a long time, actually since the Lord of the Rings, we're going to see starter kits. And this could mean that they just might, in Magic, be targeting a younger audience, or at least a new player audience, since the starter kits are directed to players that are new to Magic. So what we can gather from this product lineup is that Magic is actually betting really hard on the Bloomburrow set. And we can see that they're trying to get regular players into playing draft. We can see they're trying to target new players, and we can also see that they're going on the sure bets with the commander decks. And this set looks like it could be really great. It's going to be a very fun set, I believe, and we're going to see something really new in Magic with a set without any humanoid creatures. But of course they are anthropomorphic still. This could appeal to a younger audience. We know that Lorcana has come out, and we know that Lorcana is big on having nice little humanoid looking anthropomorphic animals. So this might be a way to compete with the Lorcana set. We also wonder how the play boosters are actually going to fare this time around, because we know that they have done horridly in the previous sets, and they are still a kind of new thing. So are players going to be accepting the play boosters now, or are they still just too bad and too expensive for what they actually contain? Let us know what you think about the new play boosters down below in the comment section.
If you're enjoying this video, please be sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing for more videos on Magic the Gathering and several other TCGs. Thank you. So one of the interesting things to see here is that there is a book series by Brian Schack that's called Redwall, and that contains a lot of stories about the main character, a mouse called Martin. So I do think that there is some transference and some sort of nod to that specific setting and also that sort of fantasy world. And it also does remind me a bit of a series called Mouse Guard, and it looks like it also could have drawn some inspiration for that. And we can see that the artist who did the art for Mabel is in fact the same as the author of this Mouse Guard. So there is definitely some interactions and some inspirations from other sources. But mice seem to be a pretty important part of Bloomburrow.
Indeed, that's a very nice intertextual connection you just made there. We also know that Mabel is going to be a mouse lord, and it's going to be in the Burrow's colors. Besides the Burrow's colors, we also know from the commander decks that there might be some of the other well-known color pairings. For instance, Celestia, that's going to have the rabbits as one of their typal themes. And besides rabbits and mice, we also see otters in the Izzet colors. And there are a lot of other animal types connected to the different color pairings in Magic.
For example, we see of course squirrels. They are already a pretty sort of well-known typal, and here we will have more squirrels added to the bunch. There will also be raccoons and rats and lots of other creatures that you can build around, and that will sort of connect to some of the color pairings within Magic.
But besides having all this animal flavor, we also see something that is, tried and tested in Magic. For instance, the Mabel card is a mouse soldier, and soldiers is a very stable type in the Burrow's colors. So I believe we're going to see something new and something well known. And it's also very interesting that we're actually seeing the Lord mechanic return, because Mabel is also a Lord that buffs all other mice. So we might speculate that we're going to see a lot of other Lord types in Bloomburrow.
And we do know that she has 10 companions, or they are like a fellowship of 10 different creatures that's sort of trying to fight off the elementals and the night owl. So we might speculate that we're going to see some of the Lord cards there. But speaking of cards, let's have a look at all the variants that are going to be in Bloomburrow.
We're going to see a lot of different art treatments in the set of Bloomburrow, and many of them, I believe, are very interesting. One of the art treatments I like really much is the borderless field note. This art treatment actually looks a lot like the schematic art that we saw from the Brothers War set, and I was a great fan of this art treatment. But that's not the only great art treatment we're going to see. We're also going to see the Showcase Woodland treatment, which features these really nice little animals, but in a very nice way, and that art just looks absolutely gorgeous. And we are of course also going to see the anime art treatment. And the anime art treatment we know from other sets is a very popular art treatment. So of course Wizards is going to return this in this set, and it seems like a very good fit because we are going to see these anthropomorphic animals. One of the last treatments I think could be really fun or could be absolutely disastrous, I don't know yet, is the Courageous Critters. And the lore behind this set and the plane is that if you take one of the omen paths and you end up on Bloomburrow, you are going to be turned into the animal that most closely resembles your personality. So you're going to, change form from being a humanoid creature to being an animal with anthropomorphic sort of characteristics. And we've seen one of these arts, and that's Jace. So this time Jace has been turned into some sort of fox mage. Right now it's unclear if these Courageous Critters art treatments are going to be, standalone cards from the set, and Jace is, suddenly turned into a fox coming from somewhere else, or if this is maybe their version of the special guest cards, where very famous cards from the Magic history are making an appearance and getting new art treatments that fits the set. So we might see very, very popular cards, or we might see brand new cards of very popular characters from Magic's history. That remains to be seen. From this point in time, I am actually excited about Bloomburrow, and that has been some time since I was last excited by Magic the Gathering set, so I think that's a very good start. I think the art treatments looks really good. I like the typal sort of flavor that we're going to see, and I like the Lord flavors. And if you're a typal player, this might just be the right set for you. And of course, if you are into different kind of art treatments, this is definitely going to be the set for you.
So I am definitely also really excited about this set. I think it sort of harks back to that sort of Lorwyn feel that's almost, magical and fantastical, but in a fun and bright sort of way, and also combined with something new with seeing only animals, where Lorwyn was a bit different. We also had elves and other stuff like that. But I really do think this set looks exciting, and I really like their choice of art treatments. It feels like it fits and combines so nicely with this set, and I am super excited for it. We would love to know what you think about it, so please do be sure to leave a comment down below. Are you excited about this set? A lot of people seem to be, or is this just not your thing? Is it Lorwyn or is it lorcana, if we ask you out there?
We are at least excited, and we also believe that Wizards of the Coast are going to be betting heavily on this set, trying to draw in new players with the starter kit. And speaking of drawing new players, remember that you can like and subscribe, and also you can support the Cardboard Guide in a more monetary way by becoming a Patreon member or YouTube channel member. With that, a big shout out and a big thank you to our YouTube channel members and our Patreon members. Thank you for supporting us, and thank you for making this channel possible and enabling us to do fun stuff and commission art that we can use on playmats, t-shirts, and special tokens for you out there.
And we will see you in the next video. Bye guys.